Welcome everyone to Delta Racing League World Challenge Season 1 Round 3. We're bringing tonight's race from Zandvoort in sunny Netherlands. We're already into qualifying with the AM split underway, and we have some laps coming in already. Right now we have Paulo Roberto in P1. Before we get to all the action, we can recap the previous two races that took place at Brands Hatch and Bathurst. So far in the AM split, we have Steve Poe in P1, Rob Jakes P2, and Joshua Worley in P3. Right now, we're still on board with Paulo Roberto, but we will hop on with Noah McComber, who is about 7/10 up right now, and entering the last two corners. Very clean. It's a very good lap. 37.4. We'll hop on board with Albert, and I am not going to get this last name correct, and I do apologize. Albert Gionia? That's the best guess I have. Jumps up to P7 with 37. Continue to jump around the field. We have Mac Morgan. Really good exit. They're trending up about 9/10 up on their previous lap. Now over a second. This is looking really nice. Nails the braking in the chicane, and I am going to apologize. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the corner names because they are all in Dutch, and I'm not going to embarrass myself tonight. So, well, at least not embarrass myself yet. There's plenty of time to do that. And Mac Morgan line moves up to P11. Very nice lap. Go back to Paulo Roberto, who is currently in P2 and is trending at about 4/10 up on the previous lap. Coming out of the last corner. The Ari Lyondike corner, that's the one I can pronounce. Stays P2 but improves by about 4/10. We're on board with Aiden Say. Oh, yeah, little moment there in the previous corner and understeers out wide. Yeah, I have been told we are possibly looking at some wet weather, so we could have a wet race, but qualifying is looking to be completely dry so far. And Zuriel Lopez pulls out of that lap and lets traffic through. We'll hop on board with Javier Ulea Sosa, then the Porsche. Currently a 10th up on the previous lap. Just a little mistake there, costing some time, but we'll be able to re-rack and go again on the next lap. Steve Poe currently almost a half a second up on their previous lap in the Ferrari 296. That would be a huge jump up into around P3. Still tracking really well, closer to half a second. And yeah, jumps up to P3 behind Macomber and Roberto. We do have only 1 minute left in this portion of qualifying for the AM split, and then the Pro split will have their go at it. I'll hop on with Rowdy Burns, which I have to say is my early favorite for best livery, the classic livery from Days of Thunder. And Rowdy Burns, also an A+ name. And Rowdy is 8/10 up on their previous lap, heading into the chicane in the third sector. Really clean through there. He went very tight on the apex. Good exit. Lost a little bit of time there, though, unfortunately. But still looking to improve on the previous lap by a decent bit. And this will be everyone's final lap that is out on track as our pro drivers exit the pits. And Rowdy Burns hops up to P11. Let's see who else is still on track. Steve Poe finishing their final lap, but not looking like they'll improve. We'll hop on with Juan Martins. 3/10 up currently. Lost on entry, but with a really good exit. Gets back to around 3/10. Oh, and a little bit of a bobble there, and it's losing it back. Yep, then backs out of the lap. So yeah, for our AM split, we have Macomber, Roberto, and Poe, P1, 2, and 3, followed by Hart and Say. And now the pro drivers are taking their turn. So far in the series, Jeff Spangler has taken the overall win at both races so far and both poles, and is followed in the standings by Michael Wojcik and Ross Sparrow. Still pretty tight. Wojcik and Sparrow actually tied for second in the standings at the moment, both having a second and a fourth place. And we'll follow along with Chase Jones, who is our first driver out of the pits for the pro split. Looking like we have a lot of backing up going on in the third sector there with the rest of the field. This is a really tricky and technical track with these, the elevation difference in the first and second sector, especially with some blind apexes, and really have to be committed on those. And going into the second sector, some really long corners, you have to be really patient on the throttle to not kick into the traction controller, get any wheel spin to make sure you get good exit. Oh, Jones clips the grass. That's not going to help the lap time at all. But saved it and corrected it. It's still on the way. Really nice and tidy through the chicane. Looking good through the last two turns. And we'll see what Chase puts up on the board. And that is a 37.5 and just less than a tenth off of the provisional pole set by Macomber. Yep, now we have the rest of the pro times tumbling in. And then, yep, Jeff Spangler goes to the top by a little over 7/10. I don't think that's to the surprise of many. Spencer Brown with the first lap of 38.0 is 4/10 up already. Very good through here. Very tight, not understeering out. So easy to do in that corner. Very committed through there. Very nice. Lost a little bit through that corner, however, but still looking to improve by quite a bit. Understeering the exit of the chicane there, but still trending upwards, 6/10 up. And Jones goes P2 Sparrow, P3 Lemon, and P4. And Brown shoots up into P4 as well. We'll hop on with Kenneth Smith in the McLaren. Have second up currently. Very early in the lap though. Looks like we have some clouds rolling in. I'm not sure if there's going to be a chance of rain, but I think it could be possible with the way the clouds came in. That would really mix things up here. So yeah, any of the drivers in this who haven't set a lap are going to need to do so very quickly in case it starts raining. A nice lap by Smith goes up to P9. And Spangler is absolutely flying out there. 5/10 up on the previous lap time. Very good through the chicane. Looks like we have a yellow out on the track. Someone going slowly into the chicane, maybe letting traffic through, I believe. And Jeff Spangler almost after the second up, 36.2. Very strong lap time. We'll hop on with Liam Hinman, currently in P7. And the big Chungus. Mad props, 3/10. Yeah, it goes up to P4. Very nice lap. We have another yellow on track for Brown. Oh, that is gone. Again, maybe like some traffic through. Not sure what happened there with Hinman. And Michael Wojcik is 3/10 up. Now almost 4. They stay on this lap. They could maybe be in the fight for a provisional pole. Good through the chicane. Very tight in the next to last corner, and then coming in the last corner, fully flat. Going to the line, it's going to be around 1/3 of a second. Oh, and here comes the rain. Wow. I don't think many people left on track are gonna be able to improve. Maybe that Porsche that was in the background that just finished up their lap. Jones is up, but coming, yeah, that's losing all the time, and that seems to be the common theme for all the drivers that are still on track. Although Kenneth Smith is still 2/10 up. Coming out of the last corner, just has to keep it clean here and gonna get an improvement. Yeah, I picked up a few positions up into P8. And yeah, we're no more green left on the timing tree. It's all red now, so this will be our grid. So yeah, that is Spangler P1, Wojcik P2, Jones P3, Jadabul P4, Hinman P5, and then Lacomer with the pole for the AM split in P10, Roberto P12, which is P2 in the AM split, and then Poe P3 in the AM split, and P17 followed by Home as well in P18. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see if this rain carries over into the race session. That'll be a determining factor. Our race tonight is 1 hour with a mandatory pit stop where a tire change is necessary. So maybe a situation where maybe you're looking at some changing weather in the race. Maybe the track starts wet, but there's no rain. You see who's brave and who starts on dries and braves that. So yeah, a lot to keep an eye on here as we get into the race. I think we still have one driver still on track, so we're still waiting for the session to roll over. Yep, and there we go. Still, oh wow, it is really coming down. Yeah, it looks like we are starting with rain. Well, I hope everyone in the field was prepared for that possibility. And we will see if we're going to see rain for the entire race, or we might possibly only see it for part of the race. Yeah, oh man, it is dark and stormy. So let's get back into the race. Take a little grid walk here and take a look at some of these very nice liveries that everyone's sporting. Yeah, the track is already looking pretty wet here. I don't think we're going to see anyone brave it on dries and take a chance. That might be a little too risky. Ooh. Even the in-game made liveries are very nice, very well done. Rock'em Software. Very nice. Where are the robots, though? Maybe somewhere else on the car. Yeah, this is very cool. nice turnout for tonight's race. I think we have 38 drivers for tonight's race, so very good field. That rules. Yeah, drivers now have the 30-second mark. And we are about to go underway with the formation lap. And this will be, except for those pro drivers that stayed out in the wet, this will be everyone's first lap in the wet, so this will be a good feeler for them. Formation lap, not a speedy one, but will be a good place to tell if there's any puddles anywhere or any dangerous spots to stay away from. Quite a bit of spray already. Yeah, the track is, wouldn't say it's extremely wet, but it's certainly not going to be a picnic out there for the drivers. This is a tricky track in the dry, and when you throw the rain into the mix, it really makes some of these corners very difficult. As the drivers try to get heat into their tires and their brakes. More importantly, the brakes. If you go into that turn 1 into Tarzan, you just have cold brakes. You're not going to slow down. So, really important to manage this outlap. We are getting the call to form up too wide. We'll try to get through the rest of the field here. Yeah, everyone's hustling to get into their correct position. We do have one pit lane starter. And we'll get you back to the front of the field before we go green. Have to say, whoever makes it out of turn 1 and first is going to be in the best position. No spray to worry about. All they have to worry about is the road in front of them. No other cars. And here we go for round 3. Spangler gets away very well. And Jones is following him through with a really good start as well. Looks like Wojcik goes wide. Spangler holds it in P1. Looks like we're keeping it pretty clean. One yellow flag. Oh, some contact there in the midfield, and that looks like quite a few cars got caught up in that. We'll roll that back. Oh, yeah, we missed the beginning of that. There's an incident. We had some 3 wides. Oh, and then some secondary incidents. You hate to see that. It's a tough break, but... Oh, and that's a punt there. And Conley holds it somehow. That is a heck of a save. Well done. Oh, 3 wide in this corner. And everyone's keeping it clean. Oh, little tap there. And everyone's making it through. Well done. Do have some... I think we had one return to the garage there. It looks like Lopez and Sosa at the back are really lagging behind, maybe with a lot of damage. Overtake here. Sear or Sir on Burns. Ooh, Burns takes a little bit too much curb there, and Sear just slides right through. Nicely done. And Jones got by Spangler. Into P1. Oh, into turn 1. I'm not sure if Spangler had a bad exit on the last corner, if Jones maybe just had a huge exit, but we do have a change for the lead on lap 2. Man, Jones is starting to skip away, almost a second already. But the 3 following are in a pretty tight pack. Got a really big trend there, starting with Garrity in P12 down to Hart in P18. And it looks like Lopez did get it back to the pits. And Sosa stayed out. So maybe the damage wasn't too bad for Sosa. Already up a couple positions. Oh, and then gets spun by Campbell and hit again, and oh, and hit again. But did get turned back around, and that is a big, big pileup of cars having to slow down through there. Looks like maybe Alvarez was the worst off in those. Oh, it just got tagged by Reed trying to rejoin the track. That's very unfortunate. Spangler's dropped again. Spangler's down to P4. That's, I don't think that's what anyone was really expecting going into this race. But Jones is just streaking out for almost a 4-second lead, but then Rushdick and Jadubal, oh, that can't be right. I'm doing my best, Timothy. Really all over the back of Wojcik there. Really seems to have pace advantage at the moment. And Spangler down again, down to P6. Didn't go back far enough. Henman and Brown. Yeah, I kind of think maybe Jeff is really set up for a dry setup and really struggling out there at the moment. Brown in P7 in the Honda. Oh, Hinman goes really wide in turn 1, but gathers it and continues on his way. We have Santos and Smith behind Sparrow currently, and bit of a train forming up. And Garrity actually dropping a lot of positions here. We'll see what happened there. Clean so far, maybe in turn 2. Oh, yep, just gets out on the grass. Just so hard to slow down. Oh, and then spun with the rear tires on the curbing. That's very unfortunate. That's a very hard place to rejoin at. And Gary, yeah, rejoins the pack in P26. Jones flying out front. It's like 1.6 seconds faster than the next fastest car on track. Very impressive so far. Still continuing to have a battle for P2. Jiddywall was all over the grass there on the exit of the last corner, but looks like a little wide. Wojcik not having to go super defensive to stay ahead of P3, but taking a little bit of some defensive lines there, not giving up the inside. And Joe Ball has to be cognizant of P3 behind, who's less than a second, so any overtake attempt that doesn't come off could leave them vulnerable. Spangler's maybe gathered it up and is getting on with it all over the back of him now. It looks like Cromer had a spin. Was leading the pack for the Anfield at the beginning of the race, and clean so far through here. Oh, a big slide gets on the curb, and wow. Very fortunate not to get collected by any of the following cars there, and yep, does the right thing and pulls off the track and rejoins in P29. Up on board with Tyler Carr, who's chasing Palant in front. Sorry, I know I got that wrong. And we have Hart going for a move on Aston and makes it work. Let's roll that back and see if we can get the full replay of that. Yeah, really nice exit out of the last corner and gets in the toe, and very fair by Pisov to give space on the inside, and yeah, nicely done by Hart. I think we saw a change position for P5 Spangler. Oh no, I think Heinemann maybe had issues down in P8. Looks like already dropped a couple positions before we got to here, but loses another to Santos, I believe. Oh, a little bit too much on the inside there, and it really hurt the exit. Santos just slides through on the inside. Nicely done. Yeah, I'm just really desperate to try and get back by Santos here. Oh, Santos very wide at turn 1 and loses one. But keeps the position of Smith, though. Very well done to keep the car facing the right way and only losing one position. We have Ross Sparrow all over the back of Jeff Spangler. And I think we had a swap for P3 as well. Brown was gotten by Joe Ball. I'm going to have to be corrected on that. There's no way I'm saying that correctly. We are not even quite 12 minutes into this race, but we have had action up and down the field so far. Let's hop on board with Max Grigoletti. And the McLaren is all over the back of Martins, who is close to Sir, who is not too far back from Sai, who is not too far back from Gionia. So yeah, pretty tightly packed group here. Gotta wonder if any of these drivers that are in these packs, if they maybe think pit to get out of this, maybe get out of the spray and get some clean air, but at the same time, if the weather changes and goes dry, you don't want to get caught out, so you really almost have to be patient in this situation. But I think we could see some takers at some point soon that are feel like they're being held up. Board with Jumia and the Aston Martin. It's really all over the back of that Porsche in front. And drops off there. Maybe going to be under attack. No, I don't think Martinez is quite close. Oh! I'm not sure what happened there. That looks like cars, maybe someone that took some damage earlier. And just got caught up in the pack and trying to let people through. Oh, big hits for Rigoletti and Martins there. Oh, that's very unfortunate. Oh, yeah, they're going to have to think about coming in now, I think. That was a really big hit into the wall. And I believe it was Rigoletti. He got quite a bit of air there. And looks like Felix Bryant, no, doesn't go for the move. Stays behind Roscosh. Looks like we do have a couple pitters. Looks like cars in. Probably took some vision with Rigoletti and Martins. Yep, they both came in. I'll have to keep an eye, and I will actually pull up some useful information that I should have had before the race started, and that is pit stop deltas. So in Zandvoort, with a tire change, you expect a 55-second loss here. A decently short pit lane here at Zandvoort. The entry can be slightly tricky. You're coming off that last corner very quickly. And that is the BMW of Roscosh, a little out of sorts there. And Payant trying to take advantage, but just can't quite. Yep, well, it looks like Grillotti and Martins are both having to fix that damage there. They're out of it, they're still in the race, but depending on the amount of damage they have there, could be looking at a pretty lengthy stop. While we're on this, we can look at our biggest movers. Brown in P2 is up 5 positions. Jacques Jakes in the 213 BMW is up 9 positions. And then Nicole in P19 is up 19 positions. That is mighty. That's very impressive. And while I was looking away, Payot did get past Ross Kosh into P10. And Jones is just leaving the field in the dust. Last lap was a 41.5, but best of the race is a 41.395. And dare I say, I only see one other driver that's even in the 42s right now. So at this point for Jones, just keep it clean. It should be the W, but we do still have 42 minutes left, and we have a yellow for someone in the pit lane. I'm not sure why that's throwing a yellow flag. Sparrow would be very impressive on the 42.3. Still a second off of Jones out front. Check in on Poe and Jakes, and Poe just gonna send through the inside. Yeah, makes it work. Nicely done. As Jacques or Jakes went a little bit wide. That was for P15. And we have a yellow from Connolly. Looks like coming out of turn 1. Oh, Nicola with a bit of a send on the inside, and secondary contact, and that spins Connolly around, and I think tapped the wall. Oh, very unlucky. It's when you get tapped that way, it's very hard to gather up, and pretty much impossible when you have this much rain on the track. Although there is not a drying line, but there is a very pronounced drier line. Garrity get by McCullough? Did McCullough make a mistake? Yep. Yeah, nice of him by Garrity to slip through there. Like Sosa, who was we just missed the overtake on Connor there, but Sosa, who was at the rear of the pack after the lap 1 incident, is working their way back up to P24. Having a very decent recovery drive at the moment. And yeah, you can see that Porsche is really scuffed. I've got about a 4-car train here with Nicola, Connolly, Genoa, all following Garrity. Ooh, the rear of that BMW is beat up. On Ross Kosh, tried it around the outside, but nah, can't make it work. Now a bit of a train 4 behind Roscosh. Oh, and we had an incident behind. I don't know if that was Pinkasov or maybe the car in front. Oh, Morgan had to cut across through the gravel. Okay. Don't know if there was any contact there, if that was maybe a little bit too late of breaking into the chicane. Now 42s and P2, but still lost 0.2 of a second from Jones out front. We're watching Hart on the tail of Roberto. And a yellow flag there from Sparrow. Oh, looks like just touched the grass or maybe just the white line and spun that rear right up. Yeah, being extra cautious to not impede any other drivers. Love to see the sportsmanship in this league between these drivers, trying not to ruin anyone else's race with a bad rejoin. Many pitters so far. No one in the top, only one driver, and that's McCullough, who is in P20, has pitted. I have a feeling they're probably just waiting it out to see what the weather's going to do. You can see about I think you can see 30 minutes out, so if you get to the 30-minute mark, you have a good idea how the race is going to end as far as the weather goes. And yeah, you could potentially see if the rain stops soon. You can see some drivers staying out until the track is close to dry and then hop on dry tires and hopefully set some blistering pace. Our closest battle on track on Roberto. Take that back, we have a pretty decent sized train here from the behind. We have Connolly, McComber, Serge, and Mia all within about 2 seconds of each other. Oh, and McCullough goes all the way out on the grass, but is able to keep in control. And stays ahead. Very nice car control there by McCullough. Oh man, the train's getting bigger. And we have Jeff Spangler in the pits. We did, and he came out in P24. And had our expected 58 seconds time in pits. A little long, but probably safe on the line considering how wet it is. Yeah, I don't think that's what Spangler wanted, was to come out into this big train. Is he in the train? He is in the train. Oh! Who is that around? Was that a car? I'm not sure who that was. Oh, and I don't know if McComber had that damage before. Nope, that is brand new. Well, I hope that was Morgan that spun out of the chicane. And what's going to happen here with McComber? Got a little bit onto the gravel and it's going to be slow. Oh, and then spins out last corner. Oh, and hits the wall very hard. Well, good. Very lucky they didn't bounce back into traffic and were able to get that right into the pits. wondering with Spangler pitting from around our lead group if we'll see anyone else come in. It doesn't look like we have any other takers at the moment. And here we get a pretty good idea of the spray as Janae is behind 2 cars. So getting double spray. Yeah, Spangler slid through there at some point. I think the people that haven't pitted know that that's not their fight. Certainly don't want to lose any time fighting or get caught up in an incident. The Porsche's really clean there through those last 2 corners, but Spangler with a great exit. Pops to the inside, and that can have a lot of overgap. Yep, and gets it. And looks like we see McComber coming out of the pits there. Yes, Spangler is charging back through the field. That's certainly what he needs to do. Got a yellow flag for Worley. Is that just slowing down to go into the pits, or do we have an incident? Nope, that was just going into the pits. We've said this a few times tonight. Now we have Hart back on the rear, all over the rear of Roberto. And Roberto is just not setting a foot wrong. Wonder if we see Hart pit maybe this lap. Oh, as I said that, the commentators curse. Roberto goes wide at the last corner. Hart, I think, with some overlap. Not quite. And yeah, backs out of it. But gets a better exit. Gonna have the inside in the next corner. No. Roberto keeps the inside there and gets fully ahead in turn 3. Well held. Sparrow all over the back of Burkett or Burchett. Boy, you guys are going to have a lot to correct me on after this one. As we're on this fight, Jones is continuing to extend that lead to almost 19 seconds now. I think that's the one driver who is definitely thinking, I'm staying out as long as I can right now. Probably as well as Brown, who is driving very clean air at the moment. Burchett goes a little defensive there on the inside, but goes wide. Sparrow slides through on the inside. Nicely done by Ross Sparrow. Using that VTEC power to get up into P8. Looks like we have a little 3-way battle for P11 with Russ Koch, Roberto, and Hart. Oh, we have a yellow flag out there. Oh, already has massive damage on the front there, and yeah, pulls over. So it must have been an incident a little bit earlier in the lap there that caused that damage on the front end. Very unfortunate. Then we have Connolly and Junea in the pits. Check back in on this three-way battle for P11. I believe those are some drivers that have already pitted that are behind this pack. Or at least the driver. At this point, we're looking at, I think, close to half the field is pitted. Yeah, I'd say around half. Oh, Jones pitted from the lead. We did not see that. So Chase Jones must have pitted right at the halfway point, or maybe just came out of the pits. Looks like Chase spotted themselves a really nice gap to slot in through there behind P8 Payant. So as fast as they're driving, though, I think they're going to catch some traffic. But with their pace, I'm not sure it would matter who's in front of them at this point. Oh! We had all three of those drivers within a tenth of a second there. Oh, Roberto's a little wide and Hart's going to slide through. Nope. Roberto had the inside line held. And then they both drop off the back of Roscosh a little bit. Sparrow got by Burkett. Chasing down Santos now for P5, and looks like we have the Porsche coming out of the pits, but doesn't quite impede anyone. Came out in front of Burkett. And we have more pitters. Payant and Roberto are both in the pits. From, I believe that was 10th and 11th. And then we also need to mention that Brown took over the lead when Jones pitted and has a very healthy 11-second gap to Wojcik in P2. Was a gap under a second, but then Alvarez dropped off the back of Poe a little bit. So we should check in on the AM split as well. And that is Hart that is currently in P1 of the AM split with Jakes behind and Roberto in P3. But Hart and Jakes have not pitted while Roberto, Poe, and Alvarez have pitted. So we'll have to keep an eye on where they come out for the battle for the AM race. Matt Spangler is racing. Do I sound like Spangler? I don't know. Or is that a burn on Spangler? I don't know. I'm fine with you roasting Spangler. That's totally okay in my book. We have more pitters. Burchett, Santos, Wojcik, Hinman, and Jakes all into the pits. So the only people who haven't pitted now are Brown, Smith, Sparrow, Roscosh, Hart, Pinkasov, and Garrity. That's fine, Matt. He pitted a little bit earlier than most, and he's pulling his way back up the field. Closest battle at the moment, and I feel like we've stuck on it a while, but I mean, it's been very worthwhile. I think aside from one small mistake that Roscosh made that lost the position or two, has been very, very clean in their defense. And now we have Brown, Smith, and Sparrow into the pits. And that'll see Jones retake the lead. The only question is how big will the gap be? Yellow, oh nope, that was Pisov going into the pits. Really wish the game would stop throwing yellow flags for that. See where these guys come out of the pits. Smith is the first one moving, then Sparrow right behind. And they're coming out right around. I can't see who that is. Worley that was. Who I believe might be a lap down. Matt, my name is Adam Santana. I normally do some commentating at SRA, and they asked me to step in to help out, and I said yes. So yeah, I'm happy to be here and helping out. I did the Daytona 24 as well, so yeah, I'm a little bit tired, not quite on the uptick, a little bit slower than normal, but yeah. Excited to be calling this race. Hart with a yellow. Oh, can we go back further on that? No, we can't, but stacked it into the wall there. Roscosh pitting. Oh, man. I'm a little surprised Hart did go ahead and go into the pits there. Checking on this gap. A little bit of a train pulling up behind Ross Sparrow as Worley makes way. Checking on this fight for P2. Well, for Kurt, P2, Hart still hasn't pitted, so maybe expect Hart to make way for Brown. Hart goes wide, not sure that was intentional. So we got a yellow from Hinman. Or Hyman, I'm not sure. In the last, no. In the oh, yeah, big slide. Saves it. Very nice save. Not sure why that got a yellow flag. And Brown did get by Hart, and now Spangler's next up. And it looks like Hart's gonna take this opportunity to pit. Now Spangler moves back into P3. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate the kind words. And yeah, hope to see you in the next race in 2 weeks. So we know Harder's in the pits, and Garrity is still not pitted. Our last driver to not have taken the pit stop. That is mandatory, and as I said earlier, tire change is also mandatory during the pits. Check in on Andrew Sear, or Sir, I'm not 100% sure who's behind Cy, and they're going on to the front straight. Really too far back to make a move. And Hart came out of the pits in P18. In front of Connolly. I believe, nope, there's a third Aston. I guess it's two of the three Astons on the grid driving formation at the moment. So we had a change of position there for P14. Or maybe Roberto was just ahead for a second. Ooh, Burchett is almost pushing Santos through the first sector here. Oh, that's brave! Oh, but backed out of it. That would be a very brave place to make an overtake, even in the dry, but in the wet. Yeah, very well judged by Burchett to not leave the nose in. Let's see if Burchett maybe gets the cut back. Now Santos seems really clean on the inside. Looks like a pretty even exit. Burchett's got a little bit, but not going to be enough. Oh, Santos goes a little wide. Oh, but nothing Burchett can do there. Oh! They believe that was the corner. Santos having this fin going to the inside. Burchett alongside. Can't get it done. Going around the outside there in the wet has got to be near impossible. Great defense by Santos. Now we're hitting the 3/4 way through the race. We have 15 minutes left. Garrity is still yet to pit. Everyone else has fulfilled their pit requirements for the race. And speaking of, we'll check in, and yeah, Garrity not fighting Jedubal there. Oh, still fighting a little bit, but gives it up. Jedubal back up into P5, who I believe started P4. Yes, started P4. We can take another look at our big movers now that almost everyone is pitted. Jones up 2 positions from P3 to P1. Brown up 5 from P7 to P2. Burchett up 2 positions to P11. Shakes or Jacks up 7 positions to P17. Connolly up 10 positions to P19. and McCoy's at 12 for P26. Get back onto this battle that we had our eye on before. Burchett falling back just a little bit, but if you don't have a good run in turn one, there's no reason to ride on the rear bumper. Yeah. Looks like a good exit there. Gaming a little bit. Going into this tricky sector two. This quick right-hander. Oh, Burchett thought about it for a second. But again, Santos is just putting up a stellar defense. Not necessarily having to drive defensive, but had to go defensive here. I think Burchett's going to have a little bit better of an exit here. Santos does defend on the inside. Big overlap. Very, very well placed by Santos. And as we've been watching everything else, Jeff Spangler is... Well, before we talk about that, I think Garrity is into the pits. But as I was saying, Jeff Spangler is a second and a half behind Brown. So Spangler probably not going to be able to get that hat trick of... Oh, Santos goes wide in turn one. And there goes Burchett right through. Not sure if Santos broke a little bit late. I think that's what it looks like, yeah. And not taking the ultimate line, defending on the inside. Just more water around there and a lot harder to break. Yeah, and that pressure Burchett was piling on paid off finally. As I was saying, Jeff Spangler is now within a second of Brown. Won't get his hat trick of wins, but could have two firsts and a second, which is obviously nothing to sneeze at. But that's all assuming he can get around Brown, which certainly isn't going to be easy. Check in on the battle for P3 in the AM class between Jackson Hart or Shakes. Hart is 0.4 behind. Hart did have a longer than normal stop to fix the damage that they sustained before they pitted. So probably going to be a little bit, little feisty to try and get back up on that AM podium. And we also have Connolly right behind, who's not fighting the AM class, but is fighting for overall position, of course. Yeah, nothing going into turn one, but we'll keep an eye on that. Looks like we had a swap of positions there for the lead in the AM. Looks like Poe was a little slow on the straight. Oh, had contact with Alvarez, who I believe is a lap down. That's It's very unfortunate for Poe, who's having a really strong race. But not out of it. Second half behind Roberto. Oh, I had 3 yellows flash up at the same time, and they're all clear now. No, they aren't. 135, that's Alvarez. Oh, I think it was letting some traffic through. Or maybe there was contact with the 23? Oh, cars jumping around. Oh, and our leader Jones almost got caught up in that. Oh my goodness. Very fortunate for Jones there to not get caught up in that. It looks like we're gonna have a fight for P2. As Spangler is now 0.4 behind Brown. Wait. What's happening to Jones? Jones is jumping around. I am not sure what happened. I don't know if it's race control maybe bugging out a little bit, but it's showing Jones in P11. Okay, I think it's just bugged out a little bit. I think it's fixing itself now. Yeah. Yep, some technical issues on my side. The running order has not changed. At least in the front, I can't tell. This is jumping around a lot. Apologize for that, folks. Oh, that was someone off. I'm not sure who that was, or if they were letting the faster drivers through, possibly. We're getting very close. A little over a minute till 5 minutes left. Let's see, yeah, this is our closest on-track battle, the one between Spencer Brown and Jeff Spangler for P2. Brown seems to have the measure at the moment. BMW letting them through. And these are both McLarens, so equal machinery. No real advantage except in the setup. And of course the person sitting between the seat and the wheel. Ooh, little snap from Brown there. That holds it nicely, but Spangler getting all the closer. Spangler gonna maybe send it on the inside. He does! Brown leaves just enough room, and they're gonna. Ooh, Spangler has it done. Nice move by Jeff Spangler to get back into P2. It's a really great recovery drive. I think Spangler maybe dropped down all the way to P6 at one point. So to fight back up into P2, it's very well done. Yellow. Oh, Comer. I have another excursion out on the grass. Ugh, this part of the track is just so tricky in the wet. Oh, and a snap? Maybe a tank slapper? I'm not really sure. Let's check in here on this little battle we have for P15. Ooh, Jack's a little wide there. Gonna drop really far off the back and pick us off. And Brown has not fallen off of Jeff Spangler though. This fight isn't over. As I say that, it starts to grow a little bit now. 1.1 seconds. Yeah, we'll check back in on Sparrow and him and pretty good extra from Sparrow there, but not going to pick up much, if anything. Yeah, holding even. Brought down to 0.5 though in the braking, and holds it at 0.5. And a yellow flag for Poe. Oh no. He was running P2 and AM, and I think maybe holds on to it? Oh, touched the grass going into that corner. But no contact with anything, so not the worst result out of that. I don't believe he lost any positions. Yeah, that's about the best you can hope for from an incident like that. We are winding down the clock. Let's see where the leader is on track. I believe that, yes, the leader will be taking the white flag. Yeah, let's get back to this battle between Sparrow and Hyndman. Sparrow will have 2 more laps to try and get this done. All over the back, just maybe hunting to get out of the spray a little bit there. Lost a little bit of braking, but gains it back on the exit. Both really clean in the penultimate corner, through the Iron Dyke corner. I think Hinman's gonna have it here, and that is 0 on the counter. Everyone behind the leader, this will be their last lap. Everyone that's still in the same lap in front will go around one more time if they haven't already. And here goes Chase Jones, winning round 3 of the Delta Racing League World Challenge. Incredible drive by him, just absolutely controlled that race from beginning to end. Oh, Jadubal with an incident late in the race. I think they were running P5. Oh no, we didn't go back far enough to catch it all. Currently down into P11. Oh. But again, being very respectful of their other drivers and not impeding anyone. Yeah, that. Still have a few drivers finishing up. I don't think we have. Yep. This group is still fighting it out for position. Santos Payant and Jadubal, who could maybe salvage a top 10, but I'm not sure. Might have to settle for 11th. And doesn't. Whew. Well, that was a heck of a race. Action from beginning to end. So yeah, that brings us with our top three was Jones, Spangler, and Brown. And then I hope this didn't update incorrectly. I believe we had... Oh, it's updating. I think I maybe missed on the AM class. I think Roberto took the win in the AM class. I'm not totally sure there. We'll have to check on that when we get finalized results over the week. But yeah, that was a incredibly entertaining race. Incredible driving by everyone involved. These are not easy conditions to drive in, especially on a track that you have that's this tricky. I think we'll see if we can get some interviews here before we end the stream. I don't see Jones anywhere. No, I don't see him in chat. That's unfortunate that we won't be able to speak to our race winner, who was just incredibly impressive. We'll grab our P2, though, and get his thoughts. Make sure I pull him into the right channel. Jeff.
Oh, hello.
I couldn't grab our winner, so I'm settling for you.
Okay. I had an interesting race.
What happened at the beginning?
Well, so you're probably aware of the bug where your wet tires, you just crank them up to 35 psi, which is the max, and it keeps them cool, less rolling resistance, something, blah, 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 something like that. Well, first of all, I almost went on a dry ice. I almost forgot to switch the wets. And then I was so happy and proud of myself that I forgot to adjust the pressures.
Oh, no.
So yeah, a lap one, I was like, what is going on here? And I didn't do a lot of wet practice, so I'll be the first to admit that. But when I got swallowed up on the straight, I was like, what is going on? And then I looked down, and my tires were at like 28.5 PSI.
Oh, no.
That's it. He's just going to walk me on the straight. So yeah, it was not a good start. I gambled about 45 minutes in and said, hey, even if it stops raining in the next, 30 minutes, I'm just going to go for it. So switched to the wet tires that did have the PSIs, air quote, correct. And yeah, made it back up to second. So yeah, fun race.
That worked out. Yeah, I wasn't sure what was happening. You just started dropping. I was watching a little bit further back in the pack, and then you just kind of started dropping. So that makes sense because you just started charging through the field after your stop. And yeah, the early stop worked out. I was a little concerned because you came out in traffic, but you worked through it pretty well. Yeah,
it went pretty well, and of course no one was catching Jones there. So great race by him.
Man, he was incredible.
33-second win. Yeah, he was flying the whole time. So
I think he opened up like an 18-second gap, and like
on
Probably the
Brown,
first
yeah.
10 minutes. That was incredible.
Yeah, he was flying. So yeah, just happy to make it back to where I was, and the pass at the end was fortuitous. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't get your hat trick, but 2 firsts and a second. That's nothing to be ashamed about.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah, next race is Zolder.
Yes. I don't
Yeah.
know how the weather's going to be. I think maybe we've got our fill of rain for a while, so we'll see. But
Well,
yeah, Zolder, another fun small track.
yeah, good
So
news is you should have a
yeah,
setup.
yes, absolutely. Just raced there in SRA, so
Yeah, not too long
I
ago.
don't think it's going to be like 5 degrees. So
No,
that's good.
let's hope not, because that was brutal.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Well, I can't say anything. I didn't do that race, so I did practice a little bit, but I didn't do the race.
Well, hey, thanks for hopping in the booth. Really appreciate it. Can't wait to watch. And
yeah, you can listen
yeah.
to me butcher half the field's name for the entire race.
Oh, it's your first week. You get a pass.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna tell some people. Well, not directly, but be like, hey, if I messed your name up, just let me know, and I'll do better next time. I promise.
Yeah.
No, it was a great race. There was action beginning to end. I mean, it was really a good one to commentate on.
Yeah, can't wait to watch it back. And yeah, I think we have like 37 or 38 cars. So
Started with 38.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. As a league, we're very very happy.
Yeah, that's a good turnout. All right. Well, any parting thoughts?
No, not really. I think we pretty much covered it. But yeah, looking forward to next week.
Yeah.
And
Nope.
yeah,
2
can't wait
weeks.
to get
No
back to
race
it.
next weekend.
Oh, there's no race. No race next
Yep.
week. Okay.
We're off
I
next
didn't realize
weekend.
that. Cool. All right. Well, hey, thanks
Yeah.
again. Appreciate it.
Yep. Great race, man.
Yeah. See you around.
See ya. All right. Let me take a peek at the results I was able to capture again. Yeah, I just wasn't able to grab it in the AM field. I promise to do better next race, everyone. I am very tired. I did the Daytona 24-hour this weekend, so very little sleep for me. But as we just spoke about, 2 weeks from now, the Delta Racing League World Challenge Round 4 will be at Zolder. And yeah, we look forward to talking to you then.